Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make a chain ruffle with a loom that can be used to make a ruffle wreath. I'm sure you've seen these type of scarves that a lot of people call the no crochet method, and it just makes a long ruffle with a edge. So you see it's still got all it's identical. You can't tell a difference between doing it on the loom like I'm going to show you and doing it with a crochet hook. And I will show you how to make a chain scarf like this on the loom without using a crochet hook. You're using a loom instead, and then you can make your scarves like this. You can use this technique, or you can use it, of course, to do your wreaths. And today I'm going to be using the Red Heart Boutique Sachet in Salsa. Okay, usually the ruffle scarves, the first way I learned to make ruffle scarves, and you may have seen some of my other videos, but is using long looms, where you put your loops on, you knit over, and then you switch it over to the other side, so that you'll have ruffles on both sides. Now then, some people have taken to using the spools, only using so many of the pegs, letting it come to the outside. Of course, that can be done on any spool loom. That technique can, and it makes it in the round. And then some people find it easier to do the same concept as the spool loom, but do it on the flower loom, only using half the pegs or a third of the pegs, and where it still comes down, the ruffles come down on the outside, and it's a circle. But today, I'm going to show you how to make the chain, like I showed you, and just like if you was using a crochet hook. So it's just the ruffles down the one side, and really you can use any of these looms. I'm going to show you on this green loom just because it's easier, because of its size, for the video to show you, because really we're only using one peg, but it's going to be done on a loom. You don't have to have a crochet hook if you're intimidated by crochet hooks. If you're one of those people that don't like to use a whole bunch of different types of tools, that's fine. I am not against that. So the only thing you will need, of course, is your loom and your pick or your loom hook, and of course your ruffle scarf, ruffle yarn to make it. Now if I'm going to show you how to do, you can make it to do scarves. So you can just loop it over, or however you do your ends normally for a ruffle scarf. I'm going to show you how I do to prepare to wrap the wire. I just use one of these wireframe wreath forms for mine. I have discovered that if I'm using the sachet in the with the smaller holes, that the smaller netting, I like it better on the 18-inch forms, and if it is the like the Hobby Lobby chrysalis, or the Starbella that has the larger holes and it's a bit floppier, it tends to look better on the 12-inch frames. Now, you can use the foam frames, but they are bigger around, so you would need more skeins. The reason I like using the wire frames is because you're wrapping it around once it's done, but you don't need as much. So I use 2 balls of sachet for an 18-inch wire frame, but I still use the 2 balls of the chrysalis. I apologize for saying so many times. This is my first video in a long time, and I am trying to get it all together. Okay, so but the chrysalis, I still use 2 balls of it on the 12-inch frame. It just, you just need it's floppier. It doesn't hold the ruffles as well as the sachet does. And so you, if it's on that 18-inch frame, it will look more sparse, and you can actually see the wires through. Now then, what I do whenever I'm going to make the wreath, I leave myself a tail on the end, because I just knot it in the back. After I get it wrapped, I take the two ends, I just knot them together. But if you're making a scarf, just for a scarf, you might want to do like you do on other ones. You might want to fold it over so that your ends are kind of hidden in the ruffles. So for now then, since I'm using this instead of a crochet hook, you've got your larger pegs. Now if you're using something that has smaller pegs, you can do that too. You could probably go in through this little ladder that's at the top. But since I'm going to be using this, I'm just going to be going into this next thing where the holes actually are. So I'm going to leave my tail so that I can tie it. And I'm going to put my loop on here. Now then, I'm going to skip every other hole. So then the second one, and like I said, this will use just one peg. The second hole, so I'm going to skip one, that makes two. Skip one, put it on there, put three. Skip one, four, and this is going to be your own, however many. Usually I do 8 on my sachet, and I do 6 on my using, because so far the only ones I have actually used, I've not used the Starbella, but is the Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee Chrysalis. So how many do I have on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And I'm just going to do 6 today on this one. 6. Now then, now that I've got 6 on there, I'm going to take the 7th one. I'm sorry if I'm getting that too close and it's out of focus. I'm going to put that 7th one on there. Now then, I have got that one on top. You've got 6 down at the bottom. Like I said, you've got that double thing right there. I'm just using this for the demonstration purposes. You can use like I said, the smaller pegs, and use that, and it will actually be less munchy. But now you're going to take all those bottom ones, and you're just going to knit over that top one. Voila, stitch number 1 done. And repeat. All you do is you skip a loop. 1, so now you've got 1, so that'd be 2, 3, oops, sorry, 4, 5, and it does go faster, 6. Alrighty, as you get used to it, I'm just trying to go slow. Whoop. Now put that 7th one on there, and I'm going to knit all of those bottom ones over the top. Now you can see how it's starting to ruffle, just like the chains in the what is called the no crochet method. I don't know why they call it a no crochet method, but you're getting those same chains on this, and you're not using a crochet hook. So then 1, whoops, and then you just repeat that until you get the entire skein done. Now then, if you're going to join 2 like I do, then you will have to, once you get to almost to the end, just fold your ends, and 1, 2, and then join them, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you will just join them together. And just hang on just a second, and I will show you that. So you just keep doing that until you get done. And like I said, you can use any loom, because you're just using the 1 peg. And then we will pick back up in a moment, and I will show you how I join the my 2 skeins.